Hey YouTube, this is Batsmak from Team AlphaOmega, and I'm here to show you a personal creation of mine. I call it DoppelZombies. Starting us off, we have the core of all zombie decks. Goblin Zombie, I run 3 of him. This deck runs on using floaters in the early game to maintain advantage and force my opponent to wear down their resources until I can go for a push. Goblin Zombie is the best of those. Lets me search out any other zombie I run in my deck, and just universal floater. No matter what, I get stuff. Next is Plague Spreader Zombie. Every piece of monster revival in this deck can bring back Plague Spreader Zombie, so it's the most abused tuner. And Mizuki, another zombie staple. I can just remove it from my graveyard, get any zombie I need. Personally, I run 2 Zombie Master. Most zombie decks only run 1. But this deck can pull off a lot of combos that standard zombie decks can't, and most of them involve Zombie Master as part of it. So by running the second, it makes sure that even if one gets removed by, say, Bottomless Trap Hole, I can have another one to back me up the next turn. Last zombie I run, 2 Spirit Reapers. Quick defense, if they end up destroying Goblin Zombie when they're on the offensive, I can set it. They'll have to waste some kind of resource on it because they can't just kill it by battle. And if they don't have any monsters, he's quick. I summon him, reap a card from their hand, or they have to use something like a Dimensional Prison to get rid of it. If they waste a resource on Spirit Reaper, that's what I want. Next up, what splits this deck off from most zombie decks? Doppel Warrior. This guy, if you don't know what it does, when a monster is revived from your graveyard, you can special summon it from your hand. And then when it's used as a synchro material, you get 2 tokens. Zombies can abuse this to no end. Next, to go with it, 2 Junk Synchron. I'm pretty sure most of us know about the Junk Doppel combos. You use Junk Synchron to bring back a level 1 tuner. You can special summon Doppel Warrior, get a CG Librarian, and a Formula Synchron, draw 2 cards, and have up to a level 8 synchro available from there. Librarian isn't out yet, but it still sets up a lot of crazy combos. So that's why he's in there. Glow Up Bulb. It's a level 1 tuner for me to bring back with Junk Synchron. Great thing for me to discard with Zombie Master. If I discard it for Zombie Master, bring back a Goblin Zombie, mill for Glow Up, there's a Trishula, and I get a Search. Next, 2 Card Troopers. Only milling in the deck, only milling needed. You mill too much in this deck, you lose all your spells and traps. And Card Trooper works off my floater theory. If it gets destroyed, I draw a card to replace it. I never lose that. 1 Dandelion, another floater, gets me tokens. Great discard fodder for Zombie Master. Gotta love it. Going with those, got 2 Debris Dragon. Debris Dragon works with Dandelion, works with Card Trooper, works with Spirit Reaper. Can bring back one of my tuners if I need it. And if I bring back one of my level 3s, I can special summon Doppel Warrior. That's an instant Trishula. Sangan, another universal floater. Searches out almost the entire deck. Searches out stuff Goblin Zombie can't. Gotta love it. Effects Veiler, another level 1 tuner. And I can just pitch it to negate any monster effects I don't want happening. Great card. I run Gores. I don't run much back row, so if I get hit, I can summon Gores, get the level 7 token. My level 1 tuners love the level 7 token. Great card. Similarly, run Tragodia. Similar concept to Gores, but I can summon it more often, and it's more controlling. Discard a level 4, take their level 4, copy the level 4. Then bring back Glow Up, there's a Trishula. And since I run 15 Darks and have Junk, Debris, and Zombies, all as grave control elements, Dark Arm Dragon. Now for my spells, run Allure Darkness, 16 Darks, Never Dead. Reinforcement of the Army, searches Junk Synchron or Doppel Warrior, whichever I may need. If searching Doppel Warrior with this usually leads to OTKs whenever I do it, so I hang on to that till I know what I need it for. Book of Life, extra revival for zombies, remove a troublesome card from my opponent's graveyard. Great against Monarchs, remove their Treeborn. Great against Dragonities in the early game if I can get rid of their Phalanx. Reborn, staple. My deck has even more ways to abuse reviving cards than most. Dark Hole. Again, staple that I can abuse more than a lot of other decks because of my floaters. If I have monsters on the field, I don't care. I can play Dark Hole, they'll replace themselves, my opponent still loses out. One Mystical Space Typhoon. I generally want my opponent wasting their resources. If they use a Solemn on my Zombie Master, fine, I'll bring out another one another turn or two. Only one MST, take out a Troublesome card, save it for that, or save it for when they have just one backer on, I want to play it safe. Giant Trunade, similar, just clear out their back row, start my push for game. Staple in anything aggressive. Foolish Burial. I've used this on almost every single monster in my deck. Short of Gores, Dad, and Tragodia, every single monster can be sent and then brought back with something else. Book of Moon, not as useful as when it was at 3, but it still stops anything that... I use this to stop their big play, then I can make my big play the next turn, or at least clear out what they would have used. Also, stops Thunder King. Thunder King, I hate you. Burial from a different dimension. If I use Dad to remove stuff, this will put it back. If I remove Mizuki, use its effect, stack for Plague, and it gets removed. This puts all those back. Let me reuse them. Traps. Call the Haunted. Call the Haunted, fairly standard. What I love most about it, though, is it's chainable. They try and Trunade while it's face down. They try to MST it while it's face down, chain it, get back one of my floaters, get back Card Trooper or Goblin Zombie, get a search or a draw or tokens from Dandy. It's great. Torrential Tribute, better than Mirror Force in this deck. Mirror Force, you have to wait for them to attack. Torrential Tribute, you're going to be recovering your stuff from your floaters. You can stop their plays before they happen. They try to go Shien, blow up their monsters before Shien comes to the field. 2 warning, stop any summon I don't want happening. Judgment, staple in everything, stop any 1 card I don't need. And then 7 tools. I don't like being stopped by traps. So, 7 tools is better than MST in that case. For my extra deck, start off, 1 Formula Synchron. I might boost this up to 2 because I have so many tokens, but for now, just 1. There's no TG Librarian to really abuse it. Not for a couple more months when it's legal, so. Armory Arm. I love having a level 4 option, and one of my main combos, I can OTK with Colossal Fighter Armory Arm, go Zombie Master, Plague Spreader. When Plague Spreader comes back, then summon the Doppel Warrior. That's level 8 for Colossal and 2 tokens. Stack for Plague, that's Armory Arm with the tokens. I synchro level 5 a lot, so I have Catastor, level 5 staple. Junk Warrior, if I go Junk Synchron and Doppel Warrior, I get my 2 tokens right before his effect resolves to give him extra attack. So then he goes up to a 3100 beater. Magical Android, another level 5, placeholder until Librarian comes out. Well, Librarian's legal. 2 Revive King Hades, my favorite level 6. He kills any monster by battle, or any of my zombies while he's out, kill a monster by battle, it's negated. So, Treeborn can't come back. Glow Up Bulb can't come back. Any floaters my opponent has, they're shut down. Anything that, any flip effects, those are also negated. It's amazing for that. Bryanek, staple level 6, Zombie's best friend. Level 7's got Black Rose. It's a debris. Can go into this, nuke the field. Some decks can't recover from a nuke, like Gravekeepers. If you can nuke Gravekeepers, you've won. Ancient Fairy Dragon. Big wall if I absolutely need the defense, but mostly it's just there for getting rid of field spells, since a lot of decks use them. Stardust Dragon, staple. Colossal Fighter, great against Samurai, does my Colossal Arms OTK, and I run a few warriors myself, so he gets a boost from those. Scrap Dragon. Zombies love Scrap Dragon, tokens love Scrap Dragon, this deck loves Scrap Dragon. 1 Trishula. I would use 2 Trishula if I had them, but I only have 1 currently. But just stable. I can go into this thing so easily, I will use 2 if I can get a second one. But until then, last spot goes to Ally of Justice Decisive Armor. random card that like no one uses, but it's great against light beat. If they have a heavy back row and I can synchro this against them while they have Alias out, I can destroy all of their back row. It gives me a huge edge. Last but not least, my side deck. Got 2 Zombie Worlds, and to go with them, I have a Doomkaiser Dragon. Zombie Worlds disrupt so many decks in the most subtle ways. You have that out against Samurai, they can't synchro Shien because they need a warrior. If you have it against, against Monarchs, they can't tribute. Against plants, they can't use Lone Fire, they can't use Spore. So many things. Great side deck. 2 Malevolent Catastrophe. Back row heavy decks, Gravekeepers especially, side this, wait for them to attack, flip this, all my troubles that might have been there with their back row, they aren't there anymore. 1 Mystical Space Typhoon, another just second one in the side for if I need it. 2nd Veiler against effect heavy decks. 2 Chain Disappearance. The amount that this deck cripples some decks if I can hit them with Chain Disappearance, not even funny. Mind Crush. There's so many decks that search right now that Mind Crush will... it can take out any key combo piece. Blackwing Gale the Whirlwind. Another answer to Shien, another answer to things like Stardust, and it's a Dark Tuner, so it works well with the deck. 2 Kinetic Soldiers. 2 of my weakest matchups are Samurai and Hero Beat, so Kinetic Soldier is really useful against them. And then last but not least, DD Warrior Lady, 2 of those. By using DD Warrior Lady, it can take out any card that I otherwise would not have an out to, any monster. I can just summon DD Warrior Lady, ram them with it, and remove it from play. And being a warrior, I can search it with Rhoda if I need to. So yeah, that's my deck, DoppelZombies. Hope you liked it. Please comment and subscribe. And until next time, this is Batsmak from Team AlphaOmega, signing out.